recording here. Hopefully, whatever that is going on in our ears. Are you getting the staticky stuff?
Mm-hmm. As long as it's
not hopefully going out there. Hey guys, welcome.
Hey y'all, City Girl Lashes.
We are just trying to
get
set up here.
Aww,
featuring the pig.
Hey pig.
There's the pig.
Hi little pig.
Hey piglet.
Say hi to
she doesn't know who's talking to her. She's not the brightest dog we've ever had, but she's the best dog ever. For sure. By far the best dog we've ever had. So welcome guys to, what is it? Day 25 of the lockdown.
Hey Fula, Junko.
Well, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend at home. That hopefully maybe you're one of the few people that's still allowed to go out and work and have a life somewhere else. If you're a beauty professional, most likely not.
All the days are blending into one. I can't remember what. I don't even know. Right?
Yeah, every day's like Saturday. You wake up and you go, I could sleep in.
I know, it's kind of nice.
But at the same time, we've been trying to make good use of our time. I actually this weekend used my time extremely well. I played lots of board games again this weekend. I'm almost pretending like weekends are vacations, like little getaways, but I'm staying at home. It's a staycation, right? I'm not getting a lot done, not doing a lot of work, because during the week I am. I'm trying to make sure I'm using my time well, Monday through Friday, working a lot of projects, learning some new stuff, taking classes. And so that way weekends, I just feel like, hey, I've been working all week and we can't go anywhere. And we were supposed to be at all sorts of events during this time of the year, and we're just here. So why not enjoy this little staycation and catch up and hang out with some friends. Also for me personally, it's been a great way for the online hang out with lots of my friends who we don't normally get to do this. So I feel like I'm in high school again. And Tuss says, you're enjoying it a little bit differently, huh?
I am. I'm going through all my junk, literally like sewing notions and like how many tape measures do I need? Like from antiques from like the 1900s to packs that I get at the 99-cent store. I have so many tape measures and scissors and pairs of scissors and little bits of yarn and string, and I don't need any of that mess anymore. My goal is to become like a minimalist.
Oh gosh. I think for you, minimalist might be like, it's in steps, right? You got to get there in steps. So maybe minimalist, maybe a non-hoarder would be the first step. And then you move towards, minimalist over time.
Okay. That's my goal.
2 little phases. Mm-hmm. So anyhow, so thanks guys for showing up. Hopefully if you've not been watching on our Instagram, you're catching us on our podcast. I actually have not posted Fridays. I'm sorry. Friday was a short day. Pause. All right. And Friday, we basically had I just had a short day, so I didn't get to posting it, but I will probably post this one and Friday's up. And then we'll just keep going from there. By the way, also, I've been really thinking about this week posting up some of our older stuff because we literally had a whole bunch of things in the can. Some of them may not be relevant, so I may not post those, but I still like to get some of them up because some of them are about some fun stuff that we did, some talks on things. So I'm hoping to get those up soon.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No more talking.
No more talking.
No more talking.
Let's get your mic so that people can hear you.
Okay.
All right, there you go. And so, all right, let's quickly. It's if you know our format, we usually start off with the good news. So I have a couple of good news stories for you guys, and then we'll get into. Do you have any things?
No, I don't.
Okay, Tussanee does.
No, I don't.
That's okay. Tussanee will be the color commentary today, and then I have some business stuff to share with you guys today in the movie. And that will be it for today. So let's get into it. First bit of good news. If you have not heard, this is one of the many good news that came from the big stimulus bill. And that's for those of you guys, if you have student loans that you've been paying off from beauty school or you went to college even before that, there's a 6-month suspension on all U.S. federal student loan payments right now, currently in effect for 6 months. No payments and no added interest during this time. So it's like everything's been put on hold for 6 months, and then it will pick up again once it's all over, and you'll just start making your payments at that time. So for those of you who do have student loan payments, and I know a lot of beauty professionals do take those loans, stuff like that. This is a great way for you to save some money and basically get more money back in your pocket. So And we said
Lashy
Lux said, hooray, here in Canada too. Great. So for those of you in Canada, great news. I think this is kind of something everyone's doing, and it's a good thing because we all need every little dime. I mean, we found out our Booker waived our fees for 1 month. Looks like we're working with AT&T. I'll hopefully find out this week that AT&T is going to be also waiving their fee for 1 month for our business, not for our home, but for our business. And then we're also looking at some other services that we have, even our health insurance that we pay for might get alleviated. Our bills for our health, our car insurance, because we lowered our miles that we drive normally. We saved over $2,000 a year just on that. So we find all these little ways to cut costs down, and before you know it, you've saved $1,000 a month just by asking. And that's the big thing. If you haven't done it yet, guys, and you're still like, oh man, I don't know, it's embarrassing.
Just get on the phone.
Yeah, eat the humble pie, right? And just do it.
It's free to ask.
It is free to ask. So go out there and ask. So that's one first thing. This is a feel-good story. A 16-year-old has been using flying lessons to deliver medical supplies to rural hospitals that are fighting the COVID-19. The 16-year-old TJ Kim may not have his driver's license yet, it says here, but he's been flying planes over Virginia in order to deliver medical supplies to rural hospitals. And I think that's amazing. This guy basically, once he got school ended, he decided to start picking up or going back to, I guess, flying or taking his flight school lessons or pick those up more. And he basically went to his instructor and said, no, why don't we use your time that you're teaching me to actually do some good and help others? And his instructor was very impressed, said, sure, why not? So what they're doing now is him and his family have launched this organization called Operation SOS, or Supplies Over Skies. It's a project that means keeping him busy during this shutdown and helping others by serving others by delivering medical supplies to these rural hospitals. So I thought that was a really cool thing, something to look, think about what you can do, right? All of us can do a little something. We don't all have to do something major, but if we all are doing a little something here or there, we can all help others in our neighborhood and our communities and all that. So, very cool little story there. Another cool thing we're excited about is John Krasinski has his 3rd episode of Some Good News. That's what's called Some Good News.
Some Good News.
So check it out on YouTube. It's a great 15, 20 minutes. And I haven't watched this week's episode. I'm going to need to watch that. And hopefully probably after this with Tussanee, I'll sit down with her and we'll enjoy it. And he basically is just trying to find ways to kind of like what we're doing to make you a little happier with your day, pass time in a positive way. Because most of the news we're reading is pretty dire, pretty depressing. And I've actually severely cut back my news reading. I was doing 2 or 3 hours a day a couple of weeks ago.
It's oppressive.
It is.
It's soul shattering.
We find ourselves just being more likely to fight, irritable,
totally fighting as a family.
Yeah. So we fight like cats. So what we decided, or I really try to limit it to maybe 30 minutes, just real quickly, just read the headlines, see 1 or 2 things that just give me the latest update so I know where we're at, what's happening. And after that, I move on because I just can't handle it anymore as much. Hopefully, maybe some of you are stronger, or maybe some of you don't care, but that was for us. That's what we needed to do.
Oh, Lash, Jeannie, your son. That's a cute shout out. He ran to her office just because he heard our voices. So, hey!
That's very cool. Thank you. So, all right. So that's that. One last bit of good news, which we keep posting because it's up to, this is going to be indefinite, I think, for a while until this whole thing's over. And that is our LashCon audio is online for free. So if you go to the click the link in our bio and on LashCast Podcast or on the Last Conference, and you'll see there at the very top says, click here to get audio from LashCon 2019, and you'll be able to get all the audio for free. All you have to use is the code free talks when you type in. A few of you haven't, so just remember, type in free talks. Otherwise, it's going to charge you $300, and you don't want to pay that. And we'll refund you, but make it
just
easier for all of us.
Because it costs us money.
It does cost us money. We refund you, and then us giving this away is costing us money, but that's okay. That's how much we love you guys. Free talks. Make sure you use that. Very big. Anyhow, it's all the audio, guys. 24 audio clips. Amazing content. It will definitely fill up your time, give you productivity, or give you good things to think about, and how you can repurpose or rethink your business and grow it for this upcoming reopening that will eventually come for all of us. So definitely check it out. And by the way, we're also giving away a free ticket to someone who helps us promote this deal. So go to basically either one of our Instagrams, look there, you'll see the post. All you have to do is follow the directions there, let everyone know about it, and let the world know about this giveaway. And then we will pick one person out of that group to get a free ticket for LashCon. So very cool stuff. All right. And since we're not going to do, links in the bio, that's our next section. If you guys have, actually, we haven't changed the links. There's not a lot of new news out there right now. So the links are all pretty much the same. If you want to find some good news, the link is in there. We also have some fun stuff, but a lot of the business stuff that you guys need, and also stuff that you can use from coaching companies that we really love. We put their information on there so you can go to Strategies or some of these other places and get tips on what to do and how to relaunch and so forth. So all that stuff's in there. There's like 8 or 9 different links. Check it out. Lots of help there for you, also for SBA loan information and so forth. So don't, if you're wondering what to do or have questions, at least it's another resource for you to gather. It seems like everyone in the beauty world has a page like this now. So I feel like our need for this is becoming less and less, and that there's lots of places to go out there. The PBA has it, the Beauty Experience has it, and so forth. So, but that said, you can go check it out if you need to get the information you need to help you with your business. All right. Now I want to get into a couple of business tips because you, like you said, no craft in that time while we were talking. No. All right. So
I'm
no
sorry,
craft.
guys. I was checked out. I didn't realize
Today's Monday. It's Monday, and it felt like
Saturday.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a move on it. Sorry.
Just was enjoying a very slow day.
Did spend a lot of time on All Hearts, which is a scrubs and medical supply website today, because I just daydreaming for when I go back to work. I'm thinking I always wore a black lab coat or a white lab coat with a dress clothes underneath. But I'm just thinking that going back, I think that, clients are going to be a little bit more sensitive to obviously sanitation. So just as a nod to that, I wanted my uniform to reflect it. So I got some scrubs, tops and bottoms, and another couple lab coats, just because I really wanted to put on a front that it looks very clean and very medical, so that it's easier for people to understand the changes that I'm making in terms of sanitation. That just kind of reflects that way on the way that you look. So they've got a lot of good sales on All Hearts, a lot of buy one, get one free. And they've got great sales, good fabrics and that kind of stuff with good reviews on that. So you might want to check out All Hearts.
Cool. I mean, yeah, that's one of the things for you guys to have time right now to be really thinking about whether or not you want to continue business as is and finding ways to really create that, I think, a sanitary environments. We sent an email out last week letting people know about some of the things that we're going to be doing differently when we reopen, just to stay in touch with our people. If you haven't been doing that, by the way, you really should be reaching out to your people and just communicating your intentions, your hopes.
Now we have started to get some requests for home visits. They're like desperate. Clients are
they're willing to
I'll
pay more.
Anything, I'll pay premium. Please come to my house. We'll do it outside. We'll do it and I just want to tell you, we're not doing that. And we're doing that. We're not doing it because it's not the right thing to do right now. I mean, it's desperately tempting, isn't it? But we're not doing it. So I just wanted to, be all is one for solidarity. If you're getting those questions, it seems like a quick buck, but it's not. I just don't think it's worth it. So
no, I mean, we thought about this. We're like, what if we did this? What if we went back and we just did one here or there? And man, can you imagine because the problem is, as we now know, is many people are sick, don't know it. And if, let's say Tuss got it from one client and then went to another client, and a lot of her clients are older. And then we found out one of her clients got sick and passed away because we wanted to make some money. I mean, there's nothing more empty.
It's just not worth it, right?
No.
We've been watching the McMillions documentary on Netflix, and each time that they go, I mean, surprise, McDonald's had a scam, right? But each time one of the people that is offered to get into this great deal, I'm always like, no, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the stress that you're going to feel about it, or the stories you're going to have to tell yourself that why you did that. It's almost like crossing a line, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, just don't do it, right?
The short-term gain.
It's not worth it for your peace. I mean, there have been times when I was a teenager, made not good decisions, and it's like stole my peace and made me paranoid, and it's not worth it. So
yeah. It's short-term loss or gain for a long-term loss is really what it is.
For peace of mind, you want to do the right thing, right? It's better to be disappointed than ashamed. That's what I think.
Yep. No, absolutely. And it's the right thing to do. And a lot of times the right thing to do is painful. And that's the little things we do. Really, in this sense, honor and protect others. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't feel that. The fact that people are calling us for this, I think they're going to be banging the drum more. And I know for people who didn't have a lot of savings, and we're one of those guys, we lost our business last year. So we lost all our savings and everything in that process. So we don't have a long runway. We can't survive for like 6-8 months with no income. And so for us, thank God there is government assistance. They've opened up the unemployment laws. As far as collecting payments for like Tussanee, which he normally doesn't qualify for as an independent operator, as well as we're hoping for some of these other financial helps that are out there. So with that said, and we're finding with people being helpful, as far as waiving fees for a month or two, we're gonna get through all this, and I'm sure you will too. But at the same time, we still gotta do what's right for the bigger picture and not endanger others. And let's just get this thing out of the system. And then we're going to have to change the way we do business anyways. We're going to have to serve people and think of others first.
Just like Junko said, you can rebuild anything when you and your clients have life and are healthy. Amen.
Yeah. Imagine if half your clients got sick and a bunch of them pass away because of, I mean, just something horrific like that. And you're like, wow, I just lost a bunch of clients long-term because I was selfish to make that, $100 or whatever it was. It's not worth it. Find ways, there's plenty of help out there right now financially for people to get through this, and we will. All right, so let's go into business stuff real quick. I just want to talk about a book that I'm going to recommend. I think I mentioned it before. I want to show you the book, and then I just want to go into really one of the concepts that's in the book. I'm about halfway through the book, and it's called Marketing Made Simple. I think I've shown this. If not, all the days are blurred. I can't remember what's
by Donald Miller of
StoryBrand. And this is the best marketing book I've ever read.
He keeps talking about it every day.
And Donald Miller really does make marketing simple. He keeps even saying like marketing, a lot of people say things are hard. And he's like, no, marketing's simple. You just got to approach it right. You just got to think about it right. We don't have to overthink it. Now, of course, if we're going to be doing marketing like on the level of McDonald's or Starbucks or these national brands, yes, there's a lot of thought and a lot of things going on. But he just says, look, we're just, he mainly servicing smaller brands and helps them to really get things right. Piglet agrees. So here's the thing that I thought was great that for you to think about. And this book's all about building your website right. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, what she wants. She wants to pet her. She's like adorable. Unfortunately, you can't see her on YouTube. She's hiding behind me. But Instagram, you guys get to see her. And if you're on our podcast, I'm sorry, you just get to hear about it. All right. So he goes into this whole idea of talking about passing the grunt test. And so your website needs to pass a grunt test. And it's just something for you as you build your website or think about, maybe you have time right now to rethink your website, which, what we've been doing and what a lot of other people I know are kind of going back and looking on things. And I just want to real quickly talk about this. The grunt test is important. Also, just remember, guys, as a side note, I've mentioned this before, marketing is not the same as branding. Branding is colors, logos, and the look of your company, really. And it can be something deeper. It can be how your company functions and operates. But marketing is the message that you create to communicate to your people that you want to come into your business. So marketing really is important because if you don't have good messaging and if you don't know how to speak to an audience, then you're going to be doing things that really make no sense to people. Maybe people see your website and see lots of pretty pictures of women or lashes, but they won't know what it's about because they don't see the lashes up close. They just see beautiful women all hugging each other going, we love you or something. So what? It's aspirational. Maybe I want to be a happy woman one day. Someone can take that out of context, but the idea is marketing messages are so important because you get the right message, then people will hear that and then they will want to act on it. If someone sees pretty images, people generally don't act on that. They just see a pretty image and go, oh, that's a pretty image. It really doesn't help you go beyond just the very basic. So what's a grunt test? Basically, if someone goes to your website, to pass a grunt test, they have to basically be able to see your website and know exactly what your website's about within like 2 seconds. If someone looks at your website and they see, let's just say they see pictures of beautiful women smiling, And those sounds, by the way, that's our pug in the background.
Monster sounds.
Yeah, she makes more and more lately. I think she's so happy with us around. She's learning to communicate more.
Junko
monster.
asked how old she is. She's 7.
She's 7. So yeah, she's middle aged like me. So anyhow, back to the grunt test. So you want to be able to see someone's website and go
know what it is in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, not be like, hey, what would be someone's jumping on, asks us a little late, will you be saving your life? Yes, I'll be saving it. Or you can go to YouTube and watch us, or you can listen to this on our podcast. It'll be up by late tonight, probably. All right, back to the question. So for instance, see a website that has some beautiful women and it says something like making the world a more beautiful place. And you just see that. It's like, oh, wow, that's nice. That's a nice idea. Making the world a more beautiful place. Meaning the women, of course, right?
Oh,
but
it's a little nebulous. Yeah,
kind of unclear what that means. Like, okay, beautiful women. Maybe you're a recycling company. Maybe you're a green company we're doing renewable energy. You're making the world a more beautiful place by less pollution. And here's the smiling people on your page. You're happy about that. You don't know. Now, you may have copy in there that says, oh, it's all explained the copy. You just have to read it. Well, if you guys haven't noticed, people don't like reading a lot uncopied. They just want... Here's what happens. They're going to your website and they want a solution immediately. They're looking for something. So they're going out there going, hey, I want a lash place. So they type in lashes and let's say you pop up and they go to your page and they see we're making the world a more beautiful place. And they're like, oh my gosh, I have to figure out what this website's about. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll go to someone else who's more quickly attuned to what I need and communicating what I want. And they'll jump and go bump off leave your page and go somewhere else. So what you want to do is they want to come to your page and immediately know what you sell. What problem are you trying to solve? Who are you and what are you trying to solve?
The biggest thing is that you don't have to be clever. It's just simple. Like I do lashes.
Yeah.
Do lashes.
The idea is what Donald Miller goes on is cute and clever. That was great back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s for mass advertising. You would see these campaigns that were really cute and clever with McDonald's or, whatever, name your major brand. And it was cute and they had clever ways of doing it. But when it comes to now, when we are really selling to small audiences and we've seen all the cute and clever in the world, now we just want clarity. We are bombarded more than ever with so many messages, so much information. We just need someone to solve my problem quickly and simply. So something very clear clear communication will always trump cute and clever. Just something clear, direct, and to the point is always better than cute and clever. So for instance, instead of saying making the world a more beautiful place, you could say we make women beautiful applying lashes. Very unsexy, but you know exactly what they do. If you see someone applying lashes or a close-up of someone's eye and it says we make women beautiful applying lashes, immediately someone will go, oh, okay, I'm looking for someone that can make me look beautiful with lashes. And they say they do that. So let me look further. And now you're going to get them on the website. You could do something maybe a little bit more clever. It would say, we make women beautiful one lash at a time. Now, again, that'd be a little confusing because like, what do you mean?
Okay. What about this one? What if I made my website is like slaying lashes? Slaying lashes. What do you think?
No idea what that means. Are you killing people's eyelashes?
Right,
is it a violence? Is it a WWE or F or whatever thing? I don't know what it means. Slaying lashes. And that's why you got to be careful with what you say because it may sounds cool and maybe it's your name. Maybe you're Slaying Lashes Salon. That's fine. That's maybe a play on words or something like that. But at the same time, you got to be really careful because, again, people don't have a lot of time. They just want to bump to your site and move to the next one. They're looking for someone to solve their problem. They're not looking for riddles. One thing that happens sometimes, we get so clever or we use insider language at times. We see riddles and we're almost thinking, I'm so funny. I'm so clever. And people are looking going, I'm so confused. Moving on. So we just really want to, there's this idea of decision fatigue. Like we don't want to have to keep making more and more decisions every day. We want our life simpler. We have more media, more concepts, more things thrown at us than ever. So for us, if you can make my life simpler, I am going to be a bigger fan of you. So that's what your website needs to be. Not very clear, not cute and clever. Should pass a grunt test. Like basically, see the website within 1 second. They should be able to go, what is it about? And what are they selling? Oh, it's about lashes and they're selling a service about lashing. Or by the way, when you do two things in your site, you sell lashes and you sell training and you sell products, you're confusing people now because you're trying to appeal to all audiences, right?
And they're different.
They're different. So someone comes to your site who wants to buy lashes and they see you with women in a salon doing lashes, like, oh, it's a salon site, so I'll go somewhere else. They're not going to come and buy products from you because they don't think you sell products. Or if you have products in your front page and it's a client who wants to book appointments, they're going to see, oh, this is a product page. I guess I'll go somewhere else. So you got to really need to do is have different pages. You should have a site. If you do products and training, that's a page for that. And then you have a page just doing your lashes if you're trying to help sell people to come to your salon. All right, Rebel.
Crystal says, we assume at this point that everyone knows what lash extensions are, but I still meet people who need me to thoroughly describe what she does and what lash extensions are. Some people just have no idea. You're right. They think, oh, they're strip lashes, or, oh, it's some kind of a mascara thing.
Or they sew on my eyelashes or something.
Right? It's like a permanent thing.
Yeah,
right?
It's like surgery. You're doing surgery.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
You use anesthesia.
Oh, wow. That'd be a whole new world. But yeah, so that's it. You got to be clear. You got to realize that not everyone knows what you're doing. So your website has to be clear. So that's one of the things, one of the many things you'll get off this book. I'll show it again. Marketing Made Simple by Donald Miller. He goes into many more things. He really tells you how to build your site. It's amazing. It's the best thing. And it's really cool. Once you get the concepts down, you can also begin to apply this to other stuff you do as far as communicating. But definitely worth checking into. Cheap. I think about it for like $12, $15 or something. It may take a little time because of all the craziness right now, but put it in now, get it in the next couple of weeks, and you'll be on your way to rebuilding your website in a much better way. That's very useful. By the way, just go to the lashconference.com and you'll see what we mean. You want a bad example, good example, look at integritylash.com. We haven't updated that page in over a year. It's not very good, and it's kind of ugly. It's bad. But at the same time, if you go to the lashconference.com, we actually have done a good job with that. What are you doing?
Book, Skin Regimen wants it.
Oh, so I can screenshot. Okay. Yeah, screenshot it. And there you go. And then this, I guess you can reverse it because right now it's all backwards. But the Marketing Made Simple, and we'll do it for our audience here on YouTube. Okay, Marketing Made Simple. So what was I saying? I forgot what.
I don't know. I think it's time to wrap up.
It's time to wrap up. The pig doesn't think so. The pig's loving this episode. All right, so that's all said. I will save my next topic for tomorrow or on Wednesday. As you know, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. And we will talk about some other fun stuff. By the way, we're always taking submissions for ways to make money, guys. If you're looking for sharing that, please do. Or if you have questions for us on here, please just post them on Instagram. Say, hey, I was thinking about this. Just while we always have something to talk about, we always love to interact and talk with you guys. Oh, yeah, last conference website is well done. That I was talking about. Thank you, Crystal.
Thanks.
Basically, that's a retooling of our website. We completely did. I still have some upgrades to do with it, but it's probably about 85% where it needs to be. And it's very clear what we're selling. And we go through the pages. Actually, I think Miller says that 80% of what your site is that headline and the picture you use. That's 80%. If you get people with the headline or the front, thing you see, the first thing, the banner, and the picture, that's 80%. After that, you can mix up, the what's and the whys and the hows all below that. So we explain why we do what we do, and we explain what it is that we do with this conference. So all the information is in there. And it can be rearranged in any order you want. But just take a look at the page. I'm actually very proud of the way we're communicating. We've got more succinct and more clear with it. And I think it's a much more solid page. And I expect we're going to be serving more people this coming year because we have a better website because of that. All right. So the movie I want to recommend to you guys is Empire of the Sun. It's I think it is my favorite Spielberg film. And it's a very really kind of forgotten Spielberg film. A lot of people don't think of it.
Christian Bale is in it as a child.
Yeah, Christian Bale. It's his debut film as a kid. I think he's like 12 years old or 13 years old in the film. And it's an amazing film. It's actually about a horrible time, World War II. Horrible. And basically it's about
through the eyes of a little kid.
Like a 12-year-old kid, a British kid in Shanghai. And if you guys know about history, the British had a lot of influence in China. Hong Kong, they speak English. Well, Shanghai also had a big British presence at the time when World War II broke out. And basically, they're just showing this kid gets separated from his family and has to survive this horrific life. And John Malkovich is in it, one of Tussanee's favorite actors.
Favorite guys.
And he's in it. And it's just an amazing tale of overcoming impossible odds, impossible circumstances that no kid should ever have to face. And this kid overcomes it, and it shows his it is a coming of age movie in the most horrible times. And it's really just it is my favorite Spielberg film. I know he has some other amazing ones, so this is tough to say, but it's nothing like what you've seen him do before, except for the fact that it's a movie that's set in World War II, which Spielberg obviously loves a lot, but also it's set from a child's perspective. And Spielberg also has been always very good at showing the world from a kid's perspective, because everyone, when he was younger, kind of considered him a giant kid. So anyhow, check it out. It's a long film. It's like 3 hours, and it's very artsy, very, very, very beautifully shot. It's not your typical kind of film you've seen from Spielberg, not the big commercial blockbuster kind of film, but it is emotionally satisfying. You will cry, you will laugh, and you'll get angry, and you'll feel all the emotions possible, and it will leave you very, very full and satisfied. So hopefully you enjoy it. It's a great one. So that all said, Tuss, do you want to, unless there's anyone real quick, any questions? Did we see anything? I don't think so. We just, the website.
Our old website's called Integrity Lash.
Yeah, it's www.integritylash.com, not .com. So don't, C-O-N is incorrect. C-O-M, traditional. So it's ugly. So we're going to retool it and put Tussanee's face all over it, and it'll be Tussanee's Integrity Lash or some other name that we come up with. So Tussanee isn't very excited about it. All right, so let's wrap up as we always do with prayer, and then we'll send you off for your day, and we'll see you again on Wednesday. Tuss, do you want to pray?
Father, thank you for our friends who are listening right now. I just ask that you would bless them. I pray that you would provide for all of their needs. I pray that you would bless their relationships. I pray that you provide for them. Help us to get through this time focusing on what is right. Help us to be blessings to our families, our partners, our friends, and our neighbors. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. City Girls Lashes Asked, the movie.
It's called The Empire of the
Sun. Empire of the Sun. It's definitely.
This is before Steven Spielberg was acknowledged by the Academy.
Yeah, he had not. This was like 1988, I think it was, or 87. And he was trying to become a more serious director, because at that time he just had done movies like Jaws and E.T. and Indiana Jones. So a lot of popcorn.
Jaws, did he?
Spielberg, yes, he did Jaws. That was his first breakout film. Anyhow, he basically did all these big blockbuster movies. Everyone saw him as a cartoon kind of guy, like fun, big movies, but nothing serious, right? Nothing serious. And then he comes out and did The Color Purple and did The Empire of the Sun. And all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, so he's like a real director. So anyhow, definitely worth seeing. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for tuning in and supporting us. As always, please share this with your friends. Let them know what we're doing. We're doing this as a little service to the industry, trying to help out, give you something to watch, something to ingest every day. And I use that word.
Choke on it.
Yeah, don't hold me to choke on it. Some people do, and then they never try us again.
Nice to have friends.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Have a good night.